My name is Lee Dickson, director with Right to Life, East Texas. And we have a lot of people here in Rusk that really are concerned about the possibility of babies being murdered in this city.
Amen.
And that's what they are. They're babies. They're innocent children made in the image of God. And every single one of us in this room, at one time, we were knit together in our mother's womb. And there's not one of us that didn't start there in our mother's womb. And that's basic science. I will never forget, graduated from White Oak High School and had a great biology teacher there, Coach Brown. And I will never forget, he was always excited about DNA. So excited that we'd always laugh. When he got so excited about DNA, his hair would stick up. Great guy. And I will never forget how he told us that every one of us have unique DNA at the point of conception. It's different from our mom's DNA, it's different from our dad's DNA. It's our unique DNA. Life begins at conception. And with y'all's permission, I would like to pass this around to the City Council. Is that okay? My hands are shaking because it's such an important subject. Let's call this Exhibit A. Those are medically accurate fetal models at 7, 8, 9, and 10 weeks old. Every one of those has a face. Every one of those has 2 arms and 2 legs. That's life. Next, I want to submit Exhibit B. These are medically accurate 12-week-old fetal models. If you take a picture of one of those 12-week-old fetal models and you post it on Facebook, Facebook is going to say, which friend do you want to tag? Facebook recognizes that there's a face there. Those are human beings. That's how we started. At one time, we were that small. It's amazing. Over in Shreveport, I mentioned last time that that's the closest surgical and medical abortion clinic to us here in Rusk. And at that place, and the industry is shutting down. It's in the process of shutting down. There's a case going before the Supreme Court this year. In that case, which the Supreme Court will be addressing, June Medical Services versus Yee, it's a big case. And if the abortion industry shuts down, they're going to go somewhere. And there's already been talk about East Texas. That's why Wascom started this and passed an ordinance making it impossible for an abortion clinic to move into their city. And other cities followed. Naples, Tenaha, Joaquin, Westbrook, Gilmer. This next week, cities across Texas are going to be discussing and or voting on this measure. And we're not asking people a resolution because a resolution is what politicians do to try to appease the people. It does nothing. Mm-hmm. What we need an ordinance that actually does something. If you say that you're pro-life and you say that we do not believe in abortion, that's not going to stop an abortion clinic from setting up shop in your city and killing black and white babies.
Amen.
The only thing that will do that is an ordinance. Now, some people say that this is not an issue that we need to address, that Roe v. Wade is a settled issue. If Roe v. Wade was a settled issue, then we wouldn't have had Planned Parenthood versus Casey in the early 90s. We wouldn't have had Whole Women's versus Hellerstedt in 2016. We wouldn't have had the Supreme Court addressing a case on hospital admitting privileges that's very similar to the Whole Women's case in 2020. This has led our congressional leaders to write a friend of the court brief in the Hope Medical case. Over 200 congressional leaders have said, Supreme Court, now's the time to re-examine and overturn Roe v. Wade.
Amen. Amen.
And what they're saying is exactly the same thing that we're saying on the first page of this ordinance. And you know who those leaders are? Leaders like Louis Gohmert, leaders like John Ratcliffe, leaders like Ted Cruz, Marsha Blackburn. Leaders across Texas and the nation are saying, of course Roe v. Wade is unconstitutional. Senator Brian Hughes was involved in writing this ordinance. I do not know if the city attorney here has talked to Senator Brian Hughes. I do not know if the city attorney has talked to one of the brilliant minds who was a law clerk for Justice Scalia and has been quoted in court opinions by Justices Alito and Thomas. I don't know if he's talked to that person who's held a high office and has worked with Governor Abbott, has worked with President Trump. I don't know if he's talked to him. But if he hasn't talked to those people, he has lost a great opportunity and my respect. Guys, this is a heartbeat of a baby that was saved over at Hope Medical. This is baby Karis. Baby Karis' mom had 3 girls. She was overwhelmed. Her car was too small. The answer was not abortion, but the answer is, hey, let us help you get a bigger car. Because when your car is too small, you don't kill your child, you get a bigger car.
Amen. Amen.
And this is the heartbeat of that child. Every one of us has those.
Yeah.
And this baby Karis. Got a text message from baby Karis, his mom, and she said, I can't believe I was going to kill my child, but you were there. Guys, we've gotten tons of people that have contacted us saying, right from here in Rusk, saying that they want their city to outlaw abortion, that they want their city to make it impossible. The ACLU has said that when Wascom passed their ordinance, it makes it impossible for an abortion clinic to ever set up shop in that city. Guys, this has the full support of so many. Dr. Ben Carson has praised this.
Amen. That's right.
So many representatives across the state. And here in y'all's city, recently there's a grassroots effort, and I know someone's going to present that, but over 600 people signed saying that they want to see this. And we have hundreds of petitions outside of that as well. Guys, this is an opportunity. How much more time do we have?
That was 9 minutes. I don't know.
You went a little bit
Okay.
over.
Well, thank you guys so much. And you have 30 seconds or 10 seconds or finish my thought?
Yeah, let's hit 30. Can you do 30 seconds?
I can.
Thank you so much. Amos 5:15 says to love good, to hate evil, to establish justice in the city gates. Guys, right now y'all have that opportunity. And there are so many people here in this room that will back you and support you. And if this were to, no city has been sued over this. If the ACLU or Planned Parenthood or anyone else was going to sue, they would have sued by now. They don't have standing, though. I encourage you, please do what's right in the eyes of the Lord and Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path.
Amen.